Hi, family. Welcome to Journey of a Thousand Voices. Today, we're privileged to have a very special guest. This is my cousin.
Yeah,
He goes by the name of
Sintake_1.
Sintaki_1. That's not the name I know him as, but we'll call him Sintaki_1 on YouTube.
Yeah, that's a brand name.
Yeah. So I'm sorry I haven't posted in a while. I had traveled and then I fell a bit ill under the weather, but I'm back now, bigger and better. I'll try my best to be as consistent as possible. So yeah, welcome.
But I think there was an outbreak.
There was a heartbreak.
No, outbreak.
Outbreak.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because people are complaining, maybe the cold.
Yeah, the weather has been a bit shifty.
Yeah, I think it's due to maybe the global warming or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really affecting most of us. And also being in the village, we as farmers, you also being a farmer, you get to understand that weather patterns do change.
They do.
So if it's a season of planting, you may develop a flu.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true. But we're glad we're all alive. We're in good health now. So thank you very much. He had come to visit today. I was surprised. He could just call me. I was like, I'm on my way to come and visit you. So I'm happy. I always like visitors. So welcome sana ndugu yangu.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so now another male guest. You know, we usually don't feature a lot of male. You're the second male guest we had. Yeah, congratulations.
So I hope the pleasure is all mine, but I hope the seat won't be too hot.
No. We're going to take it. We are going to be very, very cautious, but we're still going to ask you a few tough questions.
Yeah.
So now, Sintaki, my brother from another mother.
Yes.
You know, your mother and I share the same traditional name.
Yes. We fall under one tree.
Yes.
Yes.
So, here in this channel, Journey of a Thousand Voices, we usually deal with stories about women, children, and what they undergo. And I'm also glad sometimes that at least you've come so we can get some perspective into how you Korea men, our brothers, our fathers, our sons, why is it that there's this thing about your behaviors that is not very pleasing? Like majority of like the experiences I've had with my uncles, my fathers, my brothers. When I say that, I'm generalizing the whole, but majority of our women are very marginalized and mistreated. Why is it that happens?
I think from the culture and the norms and culture, maybe because a man, let's say, a man, even from the Bible, we are told that the man is the head of the family. And let's say the woman is the neck. So others carry that to an extent of maybe how will I say, being harsh on ladies and maybe mishandling them. But in our culture, because there's some things that we've been doing for maybe our ladies, our sisters, our daughters here, like FGM, that you see it's a problem, and it has been a problem because initially they used to say that maybe it's trying to make the lady not to become jumpy
Urges.
and urges. So they used to do that so that she can cool down. One, and secondly, from the culture itself. But right now we're living in a different world, But you find people are sticking to the same culture.
But it's something that is still happening, going on. Even with the government fighting it left, right, and center. Yeah, it's something that still happens.
But the problem is our authorities also.
Why is it authorities? Because if it's something that you have been told it's not good, and it's a practice that should be abolished, and it's something that doesn't even help the girl child in any way whatsoever. Funny thing is that, as you said, and I'm glad you said it, traditionally or in the olden days, they used to think that when a lady or a child a girl child undergoes FGM, it means that those urges, the physical urges that she has when she reaches adolescence, they are kind of minimalized.
Yeah.
And the weird thing is that even you men go through it, our Korea brothers.
Yes.
But you are the worst of the worst when it comes to those urges. You jump from Belinda to Susan to, so why is it only the girl who will have those urges and not the man?
As a man, polygamy is actually, there's some rules that favor a boy child.
Why should it be that way?
You see, I don't know who came up with the rules.
It's a man who came up with those rules.
You see, like naturally, men are polygamous.
Are they?
Yes.
Are they?
Naturally,
okay, naturally.
we have also some religions that do support polygamy. And you know, we have some religion that they do not support. Yeah. But okay, from the nature perspective you find that most of the things, maybe the rules and laws that are set, they actually weigh down upon.
They are set to oppress the girl child.
Yeah, I was telling you, mostly our authorities. Why? These are the same authority men that understand that maybe a lady, let's say,
when you say authority, do you mean the police, the government, or do you mean the elders?
Let's say even from our elders.
Our elders, the village elders, the tribes, the head tribesmen.
Even our chiefs. You find that he knows correctly that the government is fighting FGM. But you find even some of them are taking their girls too, so that they may appease.
But let me ask you something. If you know, you have a daughter, right?
Yeah.
So is it something that you can take your child for?
That's why I told you that we have different perspective and how
but
we
is it you as Sensaki?
No, me, as you know, I'm exposed. And I've seen the disadvantages, the disadvantaged part of it. So I cannot.
So when you see injustice happen and you say that the authorities or the elders, you see, when injustice happens and we keep quiet as a society, we have failed. We have failed. We have all failed. So when you, as a man, you now at your age, even in society, there are rooms that you may enter that I will not enter freely. I have to fight my way inside. So as a man, when you see that happen, and you go like, because this is an elder, and I'm putting it in quotes because for me, I believe for somebody to be titled an elder, it has to be somebody who is very respectable. Not necessarily rich, not necessarily wealthy, but respectable in the point whereby he fights for the rights of each and every individual. So when you see somebody drugging their girl child to go and get mutilated, that is actually mutilation.
You know, the problem
why have you ever spoke up about it?
No, the problem is they don't do it in a broad daylight nowadays.
Of course, I know they hide. They do it in the middle. Or they even call someone to come to their houses to do that. And
also, it has been a problem whereby you may speak out. You may speak up or speak out, and you find yourself being a victim.
So what are you afraid of?
Because sometimes in our culture, the grudge, somebody may come and tell you, why do you poke your nose into some people's affairs?
So you want to keep the peace.
So you want to keep the peace.
So you want to keep the peace and take the cowardly route.
No.
Yes. Because for me, I think I am, as much as I fight for rights of women and children, I really, that is something that I always advocate for. There are some things I believe that there's some certain roles. As much as we want to behave that we are feminists, so we are pro this and pro that, there's some roles that as a man, my strength is not your strength. And when I say strength, even physical strength, I cannot compete with a man physically. But there's some things that as men, you people have failed us. You have failed us terribly.
That I accept.
You have failed us. You have failed us when you see such injustices happen and you keep quiet because you want to keep the peace and you don't want to keep. But if it was a woman who was doing that, wait, if I was a woman, right, and say maybe my husband, I'm just giving you a scenario, my husband had passed away and I had daughters and I decided to call one of those, I don't know if it's witch doctors or I don't know who does those things. I'm glad I never underwent that, but I don't know who even does those things. What are those people called? Okay. So imagine now, I call this traditional wizard or whatever, this slasher. Let's call them slashers. This slasher comes in the middle of the night, and you're aware. But because you're a man, if you see that injustice happen, and you know that I have girl children in this homestead, and you know that this is against the rules, and this is something that doesn't benefit the girl child in any way whatsoever, will you speak up if I'm a woman and you know that I'm here alone? In regards of maybe if it was a man who was doing that and he had girl children and he was alone with them, which one would you speak up faster?
Maybe to rectify, maybe to on the first part, not taking the cowardly route. But you find in my position, what I do, I have a daughter. The only best thing that I'll do, I'll be a living proof, whereby I just tell my daughter, just go to school, focus on education, so that you may become a role model, yeah, in the community. Yeah, it's better take that path rather than conflicting, conflicting because somebody may come and tell you, this is my family. So the best way, you may not report directly, you may report indirectly, whereby we have centers, we have
you even have toll numbers, yeah,
whereby you tell them, there's this and this.
So if there's a toll number, if there's an actual toll number and the actually numbers that the government has given, and you can call anonymously, nobody will even know it's you.
Yeah.
So why not report those things?
That's why I was telling you, we're not taking the cowardly route, but we have measures. We have ways to curb, not go directly. Like you find somebody has taken maybe
to avoid that confrontation.
To avoid that. So there are so many ways of killing a rat. But as to me, what we do, I think we're trying to fight it because women in the society are everything. Actually, they are the world.
They're the backbone. They are the neck, as you said. The man is the head, but no head can live without a neck.
Yeah, you cannot sleep on this pillow.
If I want to kill you, I will cut your
neck. Yeah. You leave the
head will just bounce. So exactly.
So we appreciate our women because they've done so much in the society.
You appreciate? Don't say we. When you say we, you see when you say we, I am looking at you like
in Africa, in the society,
and don't put Africa, because I've been to African countries where men really respect women.
Yeah, I'm one of them. I do respect, and that's why you see even me, I'm seated here to talk about this.
No, you're seated here because I'm your older sister, and you're like.
But we do respect because we're a product of women, and a woman is a home.
Of course,
a woman can do. Let me give you a very good example. I lost my mom.
Yeah,
and since she passed on, we've been experiencing so many challenges
because she was the glue that held you together,
cementing everybody.
Yeah.
Right now, everybody is doing everybody's
scattered everywhere.
Now, let's say the head of which is the dad, you find he's kind of confused because he doesn't have an assistant.
So you can genuinely say that without women holding society together, there would be chaos everywhere. There would be chaos everywhere.
But also there's a problem because whereby you find an enemy of a woman is a woman.
Is it?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
And that
how is that possible?
Because let me try and bring it. Even from the Bible, the scenario of Adam, the scenario of Abraham, before Sarah had a child, Abraham conceived with
Haggai. Is it Haggai?
Yeah, Haggai. And
but with permission, from Sarah.
Yeah, but when Sarah got Isaac, there was conflict,
okay.
And she went and told Adam. She went and told Abraham, you need to chase her away. Also, we as men, we actually support you, but also women are fighting against each other. There is somebody
men also fight against men.
Yeah, but not that really. Somebody said that if you leave women alone, they can ban this up.
Do you know? Funny thing is that if men were not, this is what I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
And this is something that maybe some people will not agree with me. But funny thing, in society, when there are no men involved, women are the most peaceful people with each other. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
I didn't know.
Yes.
Now I'm on there, no.
Yes, they are. They are. But once this species called male, this male species just appears, you people are there to scatter. So that's why sometimes I dispute the Bible story of Eve deceiving Adam. Because I think she was very peaceful, and then this dude came, and then everything. But anyway, that's a story for another day.
Yeah. So we're here to support, and right now we're celebrating
International Women's Day.
Day.
Yeah.
And we're here to give full support because they say behind every successful man,
Mm-hmm.
there's a woman.
Mm-hmm.
They've never ever said that behind every successful man, there's a man.
Yeah, they've
Yes.
never.
And behind every successful woman, there's a woman. No.
Mm-hmm.
So we're here to support you.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's my take on that.
Thank you. Another question, and then
Yeah.
I'm going to round it off because I know now I can see you're sweating. I can see beads
Yes,
of
you
sweat.
know.
You're like in the hot seat.
It's a hot seat too.
Anyway, what is your take on the recent femicides in Kenya?
To me, I'll take it.
Do you believe this argument that people are saying that women, you should not be careful, you should not cheat on men, or when you cheat on a man that this happens? Do you believe that's one of the reasons why they're being
because,
killed?
in Kenya, you have freedom of expression.
Mm-hmm.
You have freedom to choose anybody who you want to be with.
Mm-hmm.
And I think these femicide cases that are going on,
Mm-hmm.
one, I may put my, okay, I may accuse
Mm-hmm.
maybe these people who are actually taking these body organs, who are
Ritualists.
ritualists.
They're saying they're being used for
Mostly,
ritual.
yeah, mostly, or maybe human organs, like kidney,
Donations,
water,
yeah,
donations,
they want,
yeah.
yeah. Uh-huh.
Mostly,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I can sense. But you,
But
let's say
when
me
we've
knowing you
had
today
cases, no, we've actually had cases whereby, forget about the ones who have been dismembered and body parts put in bags. We've had cases whereby you find that even a 50-year-old woman is just strangled and left by the road.
Mental
We've had
health.
cases. So you believe it's about mental health?
Mental health.
You believe-
outside here, I believe mental health is something that needs to be tackled in the society, because men and women kind of go through a lot. They don't, some of them, they do not express themselves. Like if I have a problem, I'll come sit with you, you like my elder sister, and I tell you, I'm going through this ABCD, But others, because of let's say in Swahili we say we ni mwanaume, yeah, a man in our society needs not to shed any tears. So mental health is an issue. We cannot say that because you're cheating or doing what, that's mental health. Because how do I take a machete and start?
So you actually
killing
think
them?
that those people are not okay
These
upstairs?
people are not okay upstairs.
Are you sure?
Others, I've given you two cases.
You've given me two cases.
Mental health, and the third, I think, is
it's okay. You're free. This is a very safe space.
Maybe I can say that because of jealousy. Okay, in Swahili there's that proverb that says mwonyesha wivu ndiye mwenye mapenzi ya kweli. But if you love somebody, you can't kill someone. Yeah, it's better you let her go, or you let him leave. But others are just bitter. That's why I'm still going back to mental health. Maybe I've been dishing out my money. Yeah, you've been squandering my money, and maybe you're not working hard. Maybe, yeah. And at the end of the day, if I get to understand that you've been taking my money and you're not loyal with me, but that's why I tell you,
I'm going to interrupt you there. I've never understood that statement. Squandering my money, taking my money. Does that mean that this person held a gun to your head and said, you must give me your money?
No. You gave it.
Did they force
you gave it out willingly.
Exactly. So if you give out something willingly, does it mean that if I give you money,
willingly,
exactly, you've given it willingly, meaning that nobody forced you?
But where the problem is, you've been working so hard to get this money.
Yeah, but if you've been working so hard to make the money, and you know that you cannot afford to take care of a woman, what are you doing looking for a woman?
Once you start reflecting that, I've been working so hard to get this money. Maybe I'm a day worker, and you squander my money. Maybe I have family, and
sorry, I don't know why my voice is getting hoarse, but excuse me. So now you're saying, this is very interesting. I knew you were going to land where I wanted to get to. Thank you. So now you're saying that this woman or these women, apparently some of them, maybe they've squandered these men's money. This is a day laborer. You said that apparently, like we're just giving a scenario. This person has a family somewhere. Then he has a side chick somewhere, right? So now Instead of him spending where he's supposed to be spending, he's spending it on his side chick. Or he's spending, let's assume maybe it's even his girlfriend. He doesn't have a family somewhere. So they had an oath or something that he should and he must, and he, as long as he's spending on her, he owns her, or what?
No. One. Let me take you back. It's a sin to kill first, and we do not accept the femicide cases that are still going on. One.
I've had men who actually support that.
But that's what I was telling you. That's a mental thing, because if I dish out my money willingly, I don't have a right to own you.
Exactly.
In an African context, that's why you see dowry comes in. If I let's say pay dowry, from the look of things, it seems that I owe you now.
You own that
the
person.
Lady, yeah.
But do you believe that paying dowry is something that should be abolished, or what?
No. It shouldn't, because it's an appreciation to the parent.
So you're appreciating the parents, and you're appreciating them for
the parent.
Whatever.
And if I make your parent happy, you are happy.
Or okay, fine. So now, why is it that this is your boyfriend, right? Or this is your girlfriend? You've spent so much money, as you said. She has been squandering your money, which I don't believe, because a man, most of the things that make a man happy is when he sees the person he loves happy.
Yeah.
True or false?
True.
If you're dating a girl, alafu unatembea, you're working with this girl, ameparara kama sijui nini, as in the girl is so tattered and haggard looking, you will not be happy. Yeah, you're a well put together guy. You're walking around with a lady who looks very disheveled, and you won't even be proud taking her anywhere. So if your lady, maybe a young lady is like, some men actually even offer. They are not even asked. Some offer. But now when they offer that money to these young people, they believe that immediately she takes that money, I own you.
The problem comes whereby, before you start dating someone, it's good what kind of a person am I
And
dating.
do you actually think that this current generation that is going around,
Generation
people,
Z,
do you think
they date, we date online, but currently I'm off hook. So it's good someone, or the source of maybe his income, if you've dated someone for so long.
And do you actually think that majority of the people care where the money is coming from?
People want maybe most between the two parties, people want shortcuts. If I see this money here, you've given me like $2,000, then a lady goes for that. Yeah. But she doesn't know where the money came from. Yeah. Was the hustle of the guy, she hasn't even known the guy for let's say even 2 months. You see, and mostly you see these cases are happening to teenagers, mostly the ladies were teenagers who are in campus. So others are actually find themselves in that scenario whereby peer pressure. Maybe you come from shags, like you come from the village, going to the urban centers, you find guys who are telling you find even your hostel mates, your roommates who actually living a posh life, and you want to be like them, maybe.
So you want to keep up with the Joneses.
So that's one of the route that people take, and they actually end up falling into a ditch. Not everything that glitters is gold. You see, others have been doing that all of their life. And you, since you just new in this game, you don't know. You end up being a sacrificial cow.
So, but still, you've not answered my question. What justifies these things? What justifies a man to actually believe
to owe someone?
A man. You're a man, right? I think as a man, you're in the best position to answer that, because if I answer that question, they'll call me biased.
Yeah, as a man, you don't have a right to own somebody. As a man, there's so many things that makes a man. Not every man is a man. Others are boys.
Of course, not even boys. Some of them are not even human beings. They're just things, creatures.
So a man comes from maturity and absorbing some things, and letting go.
You let go of your childish ways.
Like you see, maybe I've dished out my money and you've squandered, and we've not agreed. I just let go. Let peace prevail. You see, that is what that defines a man. Not that if I give my money, you ought to repay me, or I owe you, I own you. No, it doesn't happen that way. So if you give out money, or let's say you've dished out a car or something, you don't have a right to own somebody, because you're not his parent. Yeah. Even if you're his parent, even if you're his husband, you don't have a right to own somebody. You don't. That's why you see people who are in marriages are walking out and they're divorcing. Yeah.
So, but is it not better to walk away?
Yeah, it's better to walk away. It's better to live happily. As a man, you may kiss so many frogs before you meet your princess.
So a woman cannot do the same.
And a woman, you can kiss so many frogs before you meet your Prince Charming.
Oh, he's just saying in Swahili. I'm dodging those bullets, no. But it's okay. It's all right. So anyway, he still has not answered my question fully as to why
a man doesn't have a right to,
but you do have people that even here we've had cases whereby it happens.
That's what I was telling you. These if you trace it, it goes down to mental health.
Okay, when you say mental health,
there are people who are actually depressed outside.
So even people who actually sit down and calculate, there are people who actually premeditate anything. They will think about how they are going to finish you. They will go and buy. See, when I think about it, right? I want to unalive you, and then I go and buy the machete, or I go and buy the knife, and I go and buy the polybag or the polythene sack or whatever that I'm going to put your body in. Does that mean this person is mental, or this person is just premeditative and this is just a psychopath?
He's a psycho because look at the history first. Maybe he's been beaten. First time,
some of us were beaten. You guys are not even beaten. Some of us were beaten to the point whereby African moms.
Once beaten, twice shy.
African moms.
Yeah.
The thorough beatings.
Not like beating. Beaten in terms of maybe once beaten, twice shy. You find that maybe he was in a previous relationship and it ended up that way. So he's trying to be secure in a way that if you walk out, you love. Love is okay, it's not love, it's envy. That's envy. Because
is it envy or obsession?
You're obsessed, and
envy
is whereby
I'm very jealous.
Very jealous. I want you for
what you have, but when you're obsessed, you want this person just for yourself.
But also envy, I want you for me.
Not necessarily. I could be envious of someone's house. Maybe. That doesn't mean obsessed.
Obsessed. So obsession. And but I'll still stick to mental health. And I'm still going. I've
asked you a question that you refuse to answer me. I said, when somebody premeditates something, this is actually premeditated.
That's a cycle.
So some of those people could actually have premeditated it. But when you say I'm blaming it on mental health, that means that everyone who does anything bad, anybody who grapes, anybody who assaults a child, anybody who murders old women. And we've had situations like that, even cases like that here in Nyabohanse, whereby young men will go to an old woman's house, 80, 70, 60, and break into the house and do all sorts of heinous things.
That's not
Are those mental people?
No.
So are you trying to say that?
Mental in terms of, also, others do abuse the drugs.
Even if now you're going to blame drugs.
Drugs.
Okay.
Drugs actually equalizes to mental health. That's why you find once you drank, there's that misjudgment, of things. Once you take these hard stuff, let's say, you in Swahili they say mshipa wa adabu,
the
veins of maybe misjudgment. Somebody sitting down and thinking on how to, let's say, let me go and buy a machete and do this and do this. It's not normal.
Okay, and what about the old women, the old mamas, the grandmothers who their houses are broken into? We had a case just recently.
Yes.
Although you people in Nyabohanse refuse to highlight it, we know about it.
No.
We know about it.
And the guy was
we know about it.
It was a
not even one
court.
case. Not even one case.
It was It was a contempt of court because the guy was taken to court. So you cannot actually bring it to the limelight.
Fine, even if you're not so that was the first one. Are you trying to say that was the first one?
That's what I was telling you.
Are you trying to say that was the first one? No. No, are you trying to say that was the first one?
No, it wasn't the first one.
It wasn't the first one.
It wasn't the first
This was the most recent one. We've had like 3 or 4 of them before that. So these women, they also took their money. They squandered those boys' money.
You know the problem. The problem also lies whereby you find the victim doesn't speak out.
Some of them are they. This is an 85-year-old woman. She speaks out. She tries to cry out for help. She's not the only one. She's not the only one.
But the guy who did that, I think he's been
and the ones who did
drugs.
that to the other old woman,
they've been doing drugs and mental health. So in my point, what you are doing, the day thunder will catch you. Okay.
Please tell your brothers, talk to them.
No, these are not my brothers. You know.
Okay. These are your brothers.
These are culprits.
See, no, listen.
Okay.
People come from the same tribe.
My brothers.
Huh?
Those people who have these weird behaviors. It's not good because you find most of them who are doing this, they're not yet married. Yeah. They are lazy fella, lazy bones. They consume a lot of drugs. Yeah. And maybe they are bringing their parents. You see. Also, you can blame the parents because you know the parent knows you more.
Of course.
Yeah. But he doesn't want to tell because he can say, you know, my kid is like so and so and so. My son
so if
like
you were in a situation like that and you were a parent, would you out your child? Would you like call the authorities on your child?
Yes.
I'm glad you said that because I'm the sort of person who will out my child.
Yes.
When something like that happens, that is despicable.
Spare the road.
Spoil the child. But you see, in Swahili, they also say samaki mkunje.
Angali mbichi.
So when you people are so, you
pamper the kid.
Yeah, you don't mold that child when they're young.
No, may I say, these are how will I put it? There's a word that I normally love to say that the truth can be an offense, but can never be a sin.
Of course.
Yeah. Because if let's say my kid is a thief, yeah, and you come and tell me, you know, bro, your kid is a thief, I'll be offended. But that's the truth.
Yeah, it is.
You know?
And you actually know that your child is a thief.
Yes, I know.
They started at home.
They started
at home, eh?
Yeah, they started like picking from the pots.
Yeah.
So also the parents contribute a lot to this femicide that's going on. Because once you see even how they interview the parents, that how did you bring up your kid? Automatically they say, my kid was very humble, very shy. He doesn't he doesn't even harm a fly. No. Speak out.
Ongea ukweli.
Sema ukweli. Yeah. My kid, he's A, B, C, D. There's only one that I saw that said the reality. My kid has been a thief and I've been refusing him, but he's a stiff-necked. Stiff-necked. Yeah. Stiff-necked. Kiingereza wewe.
No problem.
Stiff-necked. And he was shot dead. And the mother said, now I'll have peace. She was a single mom.
Okay. That was good for her.
Yeah.
So guys, we've had a conversation with my cousin, Sintaki_1.
Thank you, madam.
He's been a bit... There's somebody trying to blend as I'm speaking, but yeah. But Sintaki, we are so grateful that you are here. We are still going to continue this conversation because I know you've been a bit dodgy on your answers, but that's all right because I put you in a hot seat.
Yeah.
Guys, please don't forget to view the whole video, subscribe and like the video, and don't forget to also subscribe to Sintaki_1.
And guys, if you're coming from my end, just go subscribe, write a very beautiful comment, tell Sintake sent me here. Let's take our sister to 2K.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. No, 5 million. I'm actually on the road to 5 million.
Yes.
All right, guys. Cheers.
Till next time.
Bye.